Which Babolat racket is right for you? Stay tuned and I'm going to make sure we get the perfect racket for your game. Babolat is one of the leading tennis brands. They've been around for a long time now and they're very well established. We have a whole range of rackets to go through, both in quality, so we're talking about types of players, as well as styles of rackets for profiles of players too. Now, one of my favourite things about Babolat is, of course, all the rackets are behind me. The three main families, we have the Pure Aero, the Pure Drive and the Pure Strike, and they've all had a Grand Slam winner, Dominic Thiem on the Pure Strike, Nadal and others on the Pure Aero, and Carlos Moya among others. Carlos Moya was the first with the Pure Drive. So lots of history, lots of legacy and lots of quality embedded in Babolat's range. So I'm going to go through, firstly, the quality of rackets. So we're going to go through, very quickly mind you, the Boosts, the Evokes and the Evos, explaining the types of players that those are going to work for. And then we'll spend a bit more time on the Pure range and really splitting up those silos between the Pure Drive, Pure Strike and Pure Aero to make sure we can find the perfect racket for you. So starting out at the bottom, if you are a brand new beginner player and you're looking for something to really just get your teeth into and start playing, you can't go much wrong with a Babolat Evoke. These are fused graphite, which means it's an aluminium base. We have some graphite in the throat and at the top to help stabilize it and stop it warping, going out of shape. But this is very much an entry-level racket. There's no huge amounts of tech in it, but for the price point and for the style of player that it's suiting, it's a really great option. This is the Wimbledon edition from 2025. So as you can see, it's quite nicely designed. It's a nice item to have. If you are a rec tennis player, but you want to get into Babolat, this is not a bad place to start at all. From the Evoke, we step up to the first full graphite option. This is one of the Boost rackets. This is a Boost Strike, but there is also different designs in the Aero and the Pure Drive as well. Because it's full graphite, you're now getting proper structure, proper stability, and the ability to hit the ball a bit harder, and the racket stays more stable during the contact. The Boost range is probably, I think, one of the best value entry-level graphites across all the brands. Babolat does this price point very, very well. The Boost particularly, I think they look quite good, probably look better than some of the other brands in this entry-level graphite. But if you are starting to take your tennis more seriously, or if you're maybe a junior transitioning out of junior rackets into your first adult racket, then the Boost range is quite a nice option because you get that full graphite at a lighter weight and you're getting good quality for not huge money. The Evo range is Babolat's performance level racket before we get up to the Pure Tour level frames. There is lots of tech in these rackets, and for £150, £160 price point, they're a really excellent option. A lot of players skip these out and go straight to the Pure rackets, but actually for the comfort and dampening materials in these rackets, they're quite good for injury prevention. They're at nice weights, so the 285 and a 270, so they're light, they're manageable, they're all-rounders. This is the Pure Drive version. There is also a Evo Strike and an Evo Aero as well. Now, some of that tech that I really want to point out is the woofer system. So this is a dampening mesh that sits just above the grip. We actually have memory foam grip. You can see on it, it says try me, and you literally can squeeze it and feel your hand digging into the grip, which means if you squeeze too tight, you get that little bit of extra comfort. The frame itself is an elliptical shape because it's the Pure Drive. We'll get onto that with the Pure range in a minute, but that gives it stability, it gives it power, and helps you play an all-round game. So if you're looking to get a really top quality racket, but you don't want to go all the way to the tour level, then the Evos are a really superb option for you. The Evo Drive, Evo Strike, Evo Aero, here they are. Now we are onto the Pure range. These are the main ones behind me. We have the Pure Strike, the Pure Aero, and the Pure Drive. And in the simplest of terms, the Pure Drive is for power, the Pure Aero is for spin, and the Pure Strike is for control. Now within each family, there's some other ones that offer you some slight alternatives or slight additions or subtractions from those. But at its simplest terms, if you want spin, you use Aero, power, drive, and control, strike. Starting with a focus on the Pure Drive, as I said, this is the power racket, but one of its benefits is also very maneuverable for a power racket. This current iteration is also nice and comfortable. That was previous generations struggled with it feeling quite club-like almost, but it's softened up with the addition of NF2 tech and the addition of flax tape at 3 and 9 in the racket, and that really helps it be softer on impact, but you still get that crazy pure drive power from the elliptical frame, which is what does most of that energy transfer, as well as just the balance of where the weight is in the racket. All of it lends itself to a huge power game, but with some maneuverability. That's probably its side elements. You've got power with some maneuverability. And as we'll go through with all of the rackets, there is a 100, which is the main 300 gram option. We then have a 285 gram option. So if you want something slightly lighter, more of an intermediate player, that's going to be nice for you. And then we have a 270 light and even a 255 super light, great for those transitioning juniors or people who've had tennis elbow issues, want something that gives them some comfort and power, but doesn't have that weight to it. So the pure drive is perfect if you play doubles, if you want help on having a faster serve. But if you hit the ball hard and flat, it can be too much. So maybe then you want to start looking down at some of the other options. And for those of you who are thinking, Josh, what about the 98s? We're going to do the 98s in a slightly different way because they are slightly different to the rest of the rackets in their family. The Pure Strike is Babolat's control racket, and it's one of the most complicated ranges because there's so many variants. The standard racket would be the 98, which is the head size, 305 grams, and that's a 16-19 string pattern. There's also an 18-20 string pattern, so if you tend to play flatter, you're going to want the 18-20. If you tend to play with control but want access to spin, the more open 16-19 will work for you. There's also two 100s. We have a 100 with a 16-19 pattern and a 100 with a 16-20 pattern. As well as those 200s, we also have a team and a light, again at 285 and 270 grams. Now the Pure Strike is for control. It's a thinner beam, there's more flex, there's more feel, there's a more connected feel to the ball. So if you have a long swing, if you like a racket that, I wouldn't say tempers you, but allows you to take a long, fast swing and keep the ball in the court, the Pure Strike is a really great option. If you're an early striker, really looking to be aggressive but wanting to help you be more precise and keep the ball in the court, then the Pure Strike is going to work for you. It's not going to give you too much. Is that everything about the Pure Strike? Launch angle. The Pure Strike also has a slightly lower launch angle than you may expect, so generally good if you are a flatter hitter. If you're looking to generate shape and spin, then maybe you need to look into the Pure Aero range, which is where we're going next. The newest racket in the range is the Pure Aero, and as I said earlier, this is built for maximal spin. The racket is designed to enable you to generate as many revolutions on the ball as you can put into it. We have an aerodynamically designed frame, so the actual shape of the racket allows it to be very quick and maneuverable through the air, and that helps get more racket speed and therefore turn that racket speed into spin. We have spin grommets, so the strings in the middle of the racket can actually move more in the right direction to allow the strings to slide up and across each other over the ball, generating more spin too. As I mentioned from the Pure Strike, the Pure Aero, you get a slightly higher launch angle, again, all helping you get more shape on your ball and more spin. And therefore, if you like to play with control but using spin, the Aero is going to be a better option than the control racket in the Strike. Again, we have those varying weights, so if you're a strong, decent club standard player, then that 300 gram is going to be a really nice option. 285, more of an intermediate, and then down at 270, transitioning junior, tends to be more female players, somebody who wants that extra maneuverability from the weight. The balance point shifts slightly, so you still get good power and spin from it, even though the mass of the racket comes down. Anything else? So if you are a modern baseliner with a big game, looking to dominate the rally, probably have a big forehand, looking to play with lots of net clearance to really drive your opponent back, the Pure Aero is a really great option for you and one you should be definitely considering. The 98s within the Babolat family are the real players' frames. Alcaraz actually uses the Pure Aero 98, and that really sums up that that's the type of player who should be using this quality of racket. Now, the reason why these are segmented out from the rest of the families I spoke earlier is because they were very much Pure Strike for control, Pure Aero for spin, Pure Drive for power. All of the 98s are for precision. They are for modern control. They are for players who put a lot of input into the ball and want a racket that supports them in how they're doing that. So the main focus of all the 98s is precision and control. And then with the Pure Drive, you get a little bit of extra power. With the Aero, you obviously get that extra access to spin. And with the Pure Strike, you get even more comfort and control than the others. So once you get to a level where that 98 square inch head, or the 97 in the Pure Strike, I should say, starts working for you, and you want that tighter sweet spot, that more precise, more connected feel when you really are timing the ball really nicely, you then have to sort of tweak and go, do I want to play this game with the addition of spin, with the addition of a bit more pop and power, or with even more feel and control? And that's how you're going to navigate between the Strike 97, the Aero 98, and the Pure Drive 98. I hope I have helped you clear up your decision making when it comes to which Babolat racket for you. And one of the best things about Babolat as a range is that there is a racket for you. There is all the different weights, all the different styles. There will certainly be one that can suit your game and add to your game and make you enjoy the sport even more. Now, you may still be sitting there thinking, Josh, I'm still confused. I'm now thinking maybe I should go, or am I good enough for the 98? Or should I go for the team weight or the 300 gram weight? And that is perfectly normal to still have some uncertainty, which is why, obviously, if you can come in store and see us, we're able to offer demo services. You can take the rackets out and try them. But equally, if you are not able to come and see us, we have an online demo service in the UK. And even if you're not in the UK, we have an online consultation where you can have a 20-minute chat with myself or one of the other experts in store, where we can show you the rackets, talk through the range, answer any questions you have to really make sure that you can get the right racket for your game. As always, thank you very much for watching. Any questions, please get in touch with us. But otherwise, we always appreciate a like and a share of our videos, and we'll see you on the next one. Is that explained? Clear?
Yeah, sold me.